Well, it was fun while it lasted, but hey, the series has to end one way or another, right? The series is ending much sooner than I expected. It's all thanks to the one and only Gintoki. I can't say if that's ironic or not, but whatever it may be, it's time to say goodbye. But before grieving over his inevitable demise, we must enjoy this chapter because it's a very enjoyable read. In fact, it brought a lot of good laughs, a badass moment, and the key to end the series for good. It's pretty humorous on the reaction deferred from Ogai and Gintoki. Ogai recalls that the flower blooming on Daikini's head is a parasite known as Parappa Heaven, where they see nothing but field of flowers. So if that flower was to be removed, I guess you could say they could revert back to a dangerous warrior. Gintoki, however, shows a classic reaction of bestowing Hedoro in the scene, terrifying beyond belief. It's been so long seeing this kind of reaction, but it still remains consistent. The chapter doesn't shift to comedy just yet because it was Hedoro's time to shine, which is something I never thought I would hear. I always appreciate the reintroduction to him, even though Gintoki looks like he's about to die from fear. It was at that moment for Ogai to either back away or go for broke. He chose the latter because he is hell-bent on his pride. But hey, at least we get to see Hedoro in action. The only question is, what to expect? I was left thinking on what exactly he would be able to do. What exactly is he capable of? I have no idea, but I was getting excited when everyone charging at him. I like how he wants to know who's responsible for crushing the flower, but since everyone is raising their hands, even if it's really not, he thought going for an apology would take forever. So a fight is the answer, right? It was a pretty awesome scene of all guys charging right at him, and Hedoro looks like he either blocks it or punches him. It builds the hype of his first action, especially with Ogai's backstory. The result is a total annihilation of Ogai. I thought he just knocked him out, but instead, he knocked him away to a building, loses his arm, and loses his last horn, all by one punch. Holy crap, that's insane! This is the first time watching him in action, yet all this time, Gintoki is solely right to fear him since the beginning. It's as if he knew what he is capable of. Hedoro is trying to be preachy and trying to make the chapter as epic as possible. Too bad, because Gintoki wants to quit Weekly Shonen Jump. The comedy here is rich. I couldn't stop laughing throughout the chapter, and I read this outside of home, so I have to resist laughing out loud. The war becomes a three-way battle, and both Liberation Army and Kabukicho want none of Hedoro. All he does is punch them once, and they're done. I laugh so hard when Gintoki decides to quit Jump because the final arc is becoming a series of power inflation bullshit with Jump name on it. He wants to go to Shonen Sunday, where he may at least get some balance, even though if I recall, it's practically similar. But seriously, it's too much close to home because a lot of series do that, and it really gets messy, ultimately harm the series. I could tolerate here because the series knows that it's done on purpose and wants to pull the act that the final arc intend to go way too over in power. It's remarkable. Another group of characters return, and it just continues to make the arc a lot more fun to behold. Ketsuna Anna and Gendo Maru make their return, and it's great to see them once again. I can't believe so many characters that have been gone for a while are coming back full force, but they were taking care of some demonic battle with Satan. In fact, you can argue their wartime against Satan is much worse than the current war. Hell, I want to see that war one way or another. It's nice to see Gendomaru serving for everyone to help out. That's nice of her. But that is if Gintoki can go forward, and if he doesn't, there's always another way. Scared the hell out of him. It's laughable that not only it's hard to tell if she's nice to them, but she even did the same tactic as Olga in the last chapter, even going down with the weapon. It's pretty identical that even the chapter said it. I'm happy for her return, but poor Gin. It's so funny how the table has turned for all of them. The war has escalated tremendously to the point that the heroes can't win. I know fear is contagious, but damn, it's too effective. It's historical to see Gintoki outpacing everyone, and they're the one that's supposed to retreat. Good work, team! Our Myoji group is proven to be a lot of help, however. Not only they start to rally up with crazy amount of demons, but they even pulled an illusion that ultimately wins the battle. We even have Seimei and Doman back in the fray and pulled an awesome trick. They cast an illusionary army that by this point the Liberation Army couldn't take it anymore. So ultimately the plan works, and this left a huge sign of relief. The visual starts with a surprisingly well done sequence of badassery. Who knew Hetero would be the one to fill the role? Again, the way how it was sequenced was nicely done. In just one chapter, he is now awesome. Then the chapter focuses on visual comedy, which gets the job done, as I was just rolling laughing. It's all around solid and is always appreciative to watch others to shine. The cliffhanger is rather amusing, especially how different it is from the previous chapter. Gintoki got shoved to Hetero and accidentally grabbed his flower. The battle has just won, but no, he was so scared that he pulls the flower out. Now we know why the series is ending this year. This is why the anime decides to continue. Seriously, I have no idea what to expect, but I am pretty intrigued to what follow up from that. Nevertheless, this is a very fun chapter. Hetero is now a certified badass, more returning characters, more fun comedy, and a cliffhanger that you don't see every day. If the world ends, blame Gintoki. At least we could classify him as the worst protagonist of all time. I'm giving this chapter a 9. Very funny to read, very good stuff. Again, that comment about Weekly Shonen Jump had me roaring with laughter. I am aware there is no new chapter in the next issue because Sorji has to collect data, which is fine. At least he's not sick, because I don't want to think that 2017 could be a bad year for mangaka to fall ill all so sudden. At least he's okay. At least he has the time to think over and collect some more data and to do what he wants to do to end this series once and for all. So I'm very happy for that. What are your thoughts of this chapter? Do you think Hetero is going to react negatively or positively? You can make Hetero into a new villain that's unexpected, not making him like working with a Liberation Army, but basically an out of control monster. They could do that, or he could actually respond in a polite way. So it's actually a very funny cliffhanger that really fits with the tone of this chapter. And that will do it for today's review. I hope you enjoyed this one. If you like this and want more of this, subscribe to my channel and my world will be yours to stay. Until next time, take care.